Concerns for the safety of Zahns Corner are so high, the school board decided not only to close the school for the remainder of this year, but for next school year as well. People in the area are looking forward to a third party being able to confirm what exactly students were exposed to. In Pike County, Local for You, Aaron Kemp, NBC4. Here in the Short North, Columbus Police says there will be an increased number of plainclothes officers and uniformed officers to make sure everything stays safe. In Columbus, Local for You, Aaron Kemp, NBC4. Rescue teams are still searching after a 15-year-old boy went missing while swimming with a teacher and two friends in the Kokosing River. The sheriff hasn't been able to give an update on the search, and we don't know if anyone involved was wearing a life vest.
We can only hope that from here on out, regardless of whether they were or they weren't, that when situations like this happen, it really stresses life jacket wear and how important they are.
Amanda Cody says the river has a reputation for being dangerous, and she even knows people who've had a canoe and kayak go under.
And I'm new to out here. I just know what everyone's been telling me, and it's sad to see this keep happening.
Today, on the 75th anniversary of D-Day, 3 Central Ohio veterans gathered to share their stories from World War II at the National Veterans Memorial and Museum. Veterans Don Jakeway, Jack Welsh, and Carl Strout were welcomed by a crowd that filled the room on Thursday. Former First Lady of Ohio, Karen Kasich, was there to hear history being told.
I was thrilled that it was standing room only. I was sad that my own daughters couldn't be here today.
Jakeway told stories of his time as a paratrooper and describes what it was like to jump out of a plane into combat.
You know, when I heard the gentleman say that he was just a farm boy and he went to become this paratrooper, I thought his story is probably every man's story who served. I mean, they were just living their lives as young 18-year-old boys and then took off and did what they needed to do.
Many in the crowd were veterans from other wars, like Jim Wint, who served in Vietnam. He said he was there to show his support of those who were in battle on D-Day.
Well, I think that was a turning point of the war. I know we lost a lot of men, but I think that was a turning point of the war. And my own personal opinion was that I think if it wasn't for them, we would have never got as far as where we did.
Welsh shared about what it was like bringing German prisoners of war back to the United States.
Well, I'd like to thank them for their service and also for making the path so we could serve, could follow up, and hopefully we can measure up to what they did.
For more information detailing the event, you can head to our website, NBC4i.com. In Columbus, Local for You, Aaron Kemp, NBC4. After incidents involving 3 hikers who went off trail over Memorial Day weekend, ODNR is urging people to stay on trail and stay safe.
It's always good to, keep that distance, make sure you wear good footing, good footwear, and, you're thinking about, all the things that you might need. Be prepared. 2 of the hikers that were rescued had to get medical treatment for their injuries. One woman broke her pelvis climbing in Cedar Falls. That's one of our biggest message here is if people stay on the trail, they are much less likely to be injured. Again, these impressive cliffs, they are very unforgiving. Davis says most of the rescues he has to do are because people choose not to follow the trails. And we were able to get that person removed, and she was actually helicoptered back to Columbus and to a Columbus area hospital. ODNR naturalist Pat Quackenbush says he wants people to come out and enjoy the parks, but also take precautions.
Learn the terrain that you're going to. Wear the right clothing, bring plenty to, especially in the heat of the summer, because we're really getting into that portion, bring plenty to drink when you get out here.
The biggest tip Quackenbush has is to stay at least a body's length away from any cliff edge. In Hocking County, Local for You, Aaron Kemp, NBC4.